Yes, on the air, lava, and more effective than that stimulus check. Thank you, Mr. Trump. I appreciate it. Trump 2020. It's disqualified opinions where our opinions are validated.
On this podcast does not represent the views of Byron Dixon, this man right here.
Everyone, what is good? What is good? What is good? We are doing our post-draft recap, handing out those grades more than teachers on quarantine. And my brother's back already.
I can't believe
you don't have your card, so I
can't believe you dragged me into this.
Yes. Good to see you again, brother.
You just shook your hand.
Let the people know.
After shouting out Trump. Now you part of the MAGA crowd.
Yuck.
Let the people know how to keep up with your brother. And what show do they find you on weekly?
Oh, the Flex Zone. Wednesday, check us out. We record Monday nights, and it should be up by Wednesdays. You can check us out on all your podcast platforms. At the Flex Zone 1 on Twitter and Instagram, and Flex Zone on Facebook.
Let's get straight to it. Roz, what we up to today?
All right, so today, each person, if you watch the draft, they had teams. We kept them same teams and then added the 6 teams that did not have first-round draft picks. I will shoot to the person that has the team, going division by division. They will give their grade, a brief synopsis of why they graded them. After everybody has done the 4 teams, we will then at that point give our way too early prediction of who we have to win in that division and possibly why. We'll start out with the NFC. Starting with the NFC East, let's go to Cravante with the Redskins.
All right, kick it off. I gave the Redskins a solid B. Obviously, my favorite pick was Chase Young. Can't miss prospect, the best prospect in the draft. Haven't seen anything like this in Von Miller, so that's pretty high praise. My least favorite pick was Sadiq.
Raphael Sadiq.
No, we're not talking Tony. We're talking
right.
Sadiq Charles, offensive tackle, LSU. I like the pick because of we just got rid of Trent Williams. Kind of lowballed us, but it's kind of his fault.
Could have had a first-round pick.
That was the Bruce Allen. That's what I tried to tell you. That was a Bruce Allen thing. That was before Ron Rivera got there.
You did.
He has a couple off the field issues. That's they're calling him troublesome, but he's a hell of a talent. He anchored the best offensive line in college football, so there's a lot of upside. But where we got him was great value, solid B.
Okay, let's move on to the Giants. I think that was you, right?
Yep, I had the Giants. I like what the Giants did. I know a lot of people are going to say that they reached a little bit, but I gave them a solid B+. I like Andrew Thomas, and I even like better their second-round pick, Xavier McKinney, from Roll Tide. You already know what time it is. I think you get 2 top 25 prospects. And I getting another offensive lineman out of Connecticut, Matt Pert. Then getting the cornerback Darnay Holmes out of UCLA. I like his tape. And getting another offensive guard. I think they did a really, really good job. Dave Gettleman was looking goofy. Not gonna lie, with his mask on.
Maybe. And that first pick was definitely a reach.
It was a little bit of a reach, but Thomas, like I said, a lot of times a lot of this draft, when the first mock drafts came out, he was the best tackle. Obviously, that changes. But he played in the SEC. He played at Georgia.
He played against the most talent when you come across looking at everybody.
He's a top,
He was the 4th best talent in my eyes.
Hey.
Right position, maybe not the right person.
Agreed.
I think he'll be fine.
Let's double back up with you, Byron, and go Cowboys.
Oh, this is easy here. I wanted to give him A+, but when I give out grades, no one's perfect. So, obviously, no A+. But an A. I think they had probably one of the best 3 drafts out of any team in the NFL. Getting C.D. Lamb at 17.
Sick.
That's just when your boy blesses you. And shout out to Jerry Jones on the yacht. Slight flex again. Getting C.D. Lamb was an amazing pick. Then turn around and getting Trevin Diggs, another, top 30 prospect. Some people had him maybe even as a first-rounder. Before this year, then Neville Gilmore, huge big D tackle to put with D-Law. And they even drafted a corner. And Tyler, Bidas from Wisconsin to replace Travis Frederick. I think this team, like I said, is clearly the best team in the NFC East.
Clearly.
They should win this division by at least 2 games.
Clearly.
Dak, Zeke, Amari, CD. How about them Cowboys, baby?
Speaking
They're
of
not
winning
winning this game.
Speaking of winning the division,
Let's go to the team that's going to win.
I was talking about the team that won last year, but
They're winning this year too.
we'll see. The Eagles get a solid B-, I believe I gave them. Let's check on that. Yep, B-. And I gave them B- because I didn't like the fact that they took Jalen Reagor with the 21st overall pick with Justin Jefferson on the board. I thought that he wasn't the best player for what the Eagles could do. They already have a lot of fast guys. They traded for another one from San Francisco. So I thought Justin Jefferson would have been the guy that is the possession guy that can get open, and they kind of missed a chance there. I also think going Jalen Hurts in the second round, you could have got a player that fits your needs a little bit more. I know Carson Wentz has an injury history, so you do need the backup position solidified. But I don't know if Jalen Hurts is going to be able to readily contribute right away. And I think with other holes on the team, especially on defense, you could have just went in another direction. They did clean it up well. They got Davon Taylor from Colorado. He's a solid inside linebacker. Jake Driscoll, Auburn. He's probably going to play guard or tackle for them. And Sean Bradley, linebacker out of Temple. Good, nice little hometown story. He's probably going to make that team as a 6th round pick. So they came together well at the end of the draft. I just thought their first 2 picks, they could have went different directions.
Also like Kevon Wallace. He was a safety, but he'll probably play the nickel corner position for them as well.
Kevon Wallace out of Clemson.
Yeah. Who do you guys have winning this division?
Eagles, because the Cowboys are going to find a way. They always find a
Just
way.
hating,
to mess it up.
man.
Because the Eagles won it last year, no team wins the NFC East twice in a row. I'm going to say Dallas.
Thank you, DC. Oh, and I love the Brandon, our new pick, 5th round, still of the possibly day 3. He can do it all for Dallas as well. They're going to win by at least 2 games, America. I'm always right.
He's never right. He's never right.
He was in last place when we did picks last time.
Eagles win the division.
Y'all already know I'm going with Eagles. I don't really think I got to explain. I personally didn't like the Jalen Hurts pick, but I understand when you have a quarterback that has a lot of injury history.
How about your 2nd round pick?
That's why
and
it's
you
too
just
early.
and you just paid.
So from what we've
Carson
been hearing,
Wentz.
though, it's all because of like them. Apparently, they wanted to draft Russell Wilson. What was that? 2012. They wanted to draft Russell Wilson in 2012. They didn't. Then the Seahawks drafted him 13 picks later, or 13 picks ahead of him, wherever they were in standings. So this is kind of like a rebound for that. But I mean, I like Jalen Hurts. You don't even like Jalen Hurts as a quarterback. So,
I don't.
So you would
What's
never
their
go like
fault?
that pick.
I mean, when I say I don't like him as a quarterback, I think he can play the position. I just don't think he can play it right now at the NFL level.
They do know that Russell Wilson was picked in the 3rd round, so they passed him 2
Twice.
other times.
Twice.
Okay, all right. Just I hate when teams say that. Like,
And on top of that, they already have their quarterback. What do they need another?
They're goofy. They're too smart for that one. It's okay.
Moving on to the NFC West. Let's start out with the. Let's go Cravante against now with the Rams.
The Rams, I got a quiet B. I love the Terrell Lewis pick from Alabama, linebacker. Great value at that position. And at the time of the draft, long arms, powerful hands, elite speed, and athleticism. He's 6'5", 260. Very, very, very athletic and very productive at Alabama. And you know about them Alabama defenders; they know how to play football.
Playing behind Aaron Donald.
Absolutely. And least favorite pick, Cam Akers. I wasn't big on this pick when they got him. I believe he was their first pick of the draft.
2nd round. Yeah.
Running back wasn't that great of a need for me at that spot, but they reached for him. He actually got some good production behind a terrible offensive line, which could bode well because things should get better at the next level. The Rams kind of jacked themselves up for the next couple years because of their draft capital. I don't think they have any first round picks next year or for 2021 or 2022. So, I mean, this draft needs to be huge for them. But solid B, quiet B. No real heavy hitters here.
Sean McVay doesn't give him a B+. They love him.
I gave them a B-. I was a little bit harsher on them.
I like the Cam Akers pick, but that's just
I wasn't a big fan of Cam because I did like Van Jefferson to them though. Moving on from the Rams, let's go to DC and the Rel and the Seahawks. I apologize.
As what Vontae said, the Seahawks had a fairly quiet draft in my opinion as well. I do think they addressed their primary needs with for the need with the linebacker as well as an edge rusher. We have no idea what Clowney's going to do.
Clowning. He's a clown.
Yeah.
Clowning.
He's a clown.
We have
Clowning.
no idea what Clowney's going to do.
Come to Baltimore.
I'm still a bit concerned with this offensive line. Even though they did draft offensive line, these are, rookies.
Yeah, they just cut DJ Fleet.
Yeah, these are
Justin
rookies.
Britt.
And
Thank you.
Over the years, Russell has taken quite a beating. Even though we know he's a magician, He's getting older.
They should have added some weapons for him.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
I really like I know people gonna say it's because I like Florida, but the Freddie Swain pick is gonna be a good pick. They got him with value in the 6th round. He's going to produce. He's another one of those fast guys. NFL is moving towards having just receivers that can blow the top off of any type of defense, and he's gonna work well in that system.
I think Russell can make chicken salad out of chicken poop. So I think that defense, Legion of Boom, when Russell was limited, you know what I mean? So got to get pass rush, I think. But we'll see with Clowney.
yeah. We'll see.
Should have traded that pick for Ndakwe.
I gave him a B.
I'll double up on you, Rel, and go 49ers.
Give me 1 second. All right, the Niners. I love a few of their picks. And then there were some picks that I didn't really care for. I did like the fact that they added Kinlaw from South Carolina back to that defensive front for letting go. What was his name?
DeForest
Buckner to the Colts.
Traded him for Kindle.
Yeah.
I
Basically.
mean, you
Basically.
saved a lot of money. You traded a dude that just
got-
made way too much money and
got
got somebody on a
younger.
rookie contract.
I definitely love that pick. And I love the pick, Brandon Ayuk, to replace the speedy
Emmanuel Sanders.
Sanders as he leaves. I do think they should focus a little bit more on the defensive backfield because we all seen how that got them in trouble in the Super Bowl. I don't think anybody can deny that.
What happened to your boy Sherm, DC? What happened to him?
He got roasted. He got fried.
It's terrible.
Cooked like chicken
so,
grease.
maybe they'll figure something out before the season, but they definitely should have kind of went defensive backfield, safety, corner, just something because it's terrible. The way the Chiefs blew the top off the defense, like it was horrible.
Yeah.
And that pretty much sealed the game.
Yeah,
After that.
it was. After that, they can't guard
That's
him.
And it's like you knew it was coming, but that's neither here nor there.
I'll go to you, Byron, with the Cardinals.
The playoff bound Cardinals, remember, you heard it here first. There's room on the train. We accept all. I know out in Arizona it's a red state, but we love our La Personas de España, de Mexicanas. You know, we giving you Cardinals an A, baby. Think they had one of the best 3 drafts in the entire league along with the Cowboys and a team that plays here locally. I actually have them on my shirt. But getting Isaiah Simmons, still the first round, first half of the draft at 8 with Chandler Jones. Woo.
No matter where you guys at, Simmons, it was a steal. It's just how good of a player he
Yeah.
is. Like,
Whatever he decides
yeah,
to do.
with,
Josh
I don't care what
Jones,
he's talking.
getting him, getting Leaky, Fatu, and Rashad Lawrence. That D-line is going to be fierce. Got some big boys up front. I mean, you already got, Hopkins for a second-round pick. Fitz is still there. I like Christian Kirk. Hakeem Butler, a local product, hurt last year, could come back and give him something.
They got your boy from Miami, the running back.
Yes, I like Eno. No.
No, I'm talking
Oh,
about
Kenyon Drake. Yeah, roll
Kenyon
tide. Roll
Drake.
tide. And I did like that 7th round pick, Arizona running back. Benjamin, though. He was solid in college and played in the West Coast, so played right there. So
Honestly,
I get him an A.
I thought their best pick was Josh Jones in the 2nd round. The only thing I didn't like about them is I thought that they should have put a little bit more into their offensive line for this draft because their offensive line was trash last year.
They're just trash.
Okay.
It's still trash, probably. But you got
That's why
Kyler.
Kyler can run for his life.
I
Yeah,
love
they probably
Cliff
about to-
Kingsbury's lovely house. Invite me over sometime. I'll call you later.
Yeah, y'all
Thank
tripping. It's about to be a quick pass.
Yeah, that's what they do. 3-step drop,
Yeah.
handoff, draw, quick screen.
What
Give it to
offensive
D-Hop.
line?
Get out of the way. Come on.
What offensive
Yeah.
line?
They did good last year. Kyler was good last year.
I don't really think that works with DeAndre Hopkins.
Why not?
I think he's an extreme route runner. So
He can run any damn
He
route
can
he
do
wants.
anything. That's the
he
thing.
can run any route he wants.
He
Just
can
throw
run-
it to him.
Yes,
Yeah,
just throw it
exactly.
around him. He'll catch it. He drops
I'm
nothing.
not saying that. I'm just saying I don't really see that as a quick strike offense with the weapons that they have.
He's going to put up huge numbers in that offense.
But who do y'all have winning the NFC West? I don't think it's a competition for
It's the
anybody.
49ers.
The 49ers.
I like what Arizona did. They're coming. They won't get to the playoffs yet.
I'm
Give them a
about-
couple years.
The 49ers didn't. The only thing they didn't really get better at, like I said, is defensive backfield. Everything else,
They could have added
kinda-
a receiver too.
Yeah, another receiver.
yeah.
Brandon Ayuk was a good receiver.
Brandon Ayuk was
Brandon,
good.
Brandon Ayuk is good, but I feel like he's not gonna be the same type of like get open route runner that Emmanuel Sanders was.
Yeah,
I think that's what they got
absolutely
Debo
not.
for, though.
Debo wasn't that either. He was a gadget player.
Yeah, Debo plays athlete for them.
I think
like
he'll take a
Debo.
nice
I like
step.
No,
Debo too. He can ball.
but he not like a separation type. That's what we were just talking
Yeah,
about.
they usually
They have 14 running backs, so they'll be just fine. And then
They got rid of one of them.
They got rid of Matt Breida.
And they jerk.
Oh, yeah, Breida
Still
out of there.
got 4 of them. Jared McKinnon will be back, right? Hopefully.
Yeah.
Oh, he still plays
That
football.
man got a lot of money to get hurt
He
twice.
getting paid
Right,
too much to
yo.
get cut.
Moving on to the NFC North.
Oh, I'm going with the 49ers, of course, but Cardinals is a wild card.
49ers.
49ers.
I'll go first. I'll go with the Lions. I gave the Lions a B+.
Great third pick. Great third pick.
I gave them a B+ just because I thought, even though they wanted to trade back, we all saw there was no trades in the first round for the first time in a very long time. But going to Kuda and then DeAndre Swift. DeAndre Swift will eventually take over that number 1 running back spot from Carry-On, but they'll still be a nice 1-2 punch in
But the
regards to
thing
that offense.
is, and I'm gonna cut you off. I love Swift, but I hate running backs in Detroit. Like,
Carry-On is doing okay, but he
Carry-On, yeah,
Carry-On
he's just
did do well.
injured. He's just injury prone.
But since Barry,
Yeah, it's no
I mean, but
household
since-
name.
like a curse.
for real.
I mean,
Like
since
Curse,
Barry,
man.
other than Calvin Johnson, the Lions have not had a decent like player at any
Skill
position that I can say. on
Matthew
offense.
Stafford is the most underrated quarterback in the NFL.
No, he hasn't produced anything. So
he
it's
produces
like,
stats. It's just he on the Lions.
We talking about empty numbers. That's empty numbers.
We could
Like,
argue
as-
that Calvin Johnson had empty numbers.
he did.
True.
He absolutely
So-
did. It's the one season when he's
They
in
went
history.
0-16 with Calvin Johnson.
Yeah.
They've never gone 0-16 with Matthew Stafford, if I'm not mistaken.
They did.
Who was that quarterback?
Everybody.
John Kitna,
That was gonna be my guess.
Jesus Christ.
Was it Kidner?
the 2008 Detroit Lions.
Yeah,
I
that might
think
have been
so.
John
John
Kitna.
Kitna. But either way, that's neither here nor there. Back to your Lions. What grade did you give them?
I gave them a B+. I thought they attacked a lot of their positional
Generous.
needs. I thought they had a pretty good draft. Going down the line,
Solid.
they
B.
had
Yeah, I say B. But each
they
his own.
got the best corner in the draft. DeAndre Swift was a good pick. They showed up the offensive line. The only thing I would have given them a better grade if I felt like they attacked wide receiver. I know you guys don't think they needed that compliment wide receiver outside of
they
Marvin
don't.
Jones and Kenny Galladay.
They don't.
But to me, neither one of them I'm afraid of. Like they are both average receivers
I
to
think
me. But
at
I'm
the
not
time
afraid.
where the Lions were drafting, that you wouldn't have drafted anybody I'm afraid of.
I'm not disagreeing with that.
They're
But-
both 6'8". Just throw it up.
Marvin Jones can jump too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
That's true, that's true.
Galladay's
Galladay's a problem.
Galladay's
too.
that dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I like
them
both
B+.
of them.
I like what they did. I think they attacked every single position of need that they had. I'm pretty sure they got a quarterback undrafted free agent. That was the only thing they didn't do that I had.
They should have traded Matthew Stafford to Bill Belichick.
Please don't do that.
Yeah,
Oh
please
my
don't do that.
heavens.
Oh,
Please.
I wouldn't mind seeing that.
since you're talking, let's go to you and the Bears.
Very underwhelming. That's the appropriate word for the Bears lately.
They've been
Their
underwhelming
their
for
defense
years.
is so good. Probably one of the better defenses I've seen since like the Broncos when they won the Super Bowl. Just on paper, how good they played that first year.
They drafted the Mac brother. They got his brother.
Who? What's his name?
Junior,
So you gotta look up his name.
Yeah.
That
Give me
means
a
he's
minute.
the brother.
Junior Mac.
You don't remember Michael Jordan's brother's name unless you recently watched The Last Dance. You don't remember the brother. That's why he's Khalil freaking Mack.
Baby Mac.
Baby Mac. Yes, that's what we call him.
They traded what?
Ladarius.
All it. Yeah,
Who?
it took you.
Darius.
Look,
Okay,
Darius.
yeah, whatever.
Baby Mac.
Yeah, I give them a solid C+.
Solid.
So who's playing quarterback for them?
That's what I'm saying. They did not address the quarterback position. They could have possibly signed Cam Newton.
Yes, they did.
They
They
got
got
Nick
Nick Foles.
He's only good inside of Philly. And Philly fans, I know you hate this, but you know it's true. Anyway,
It is what it is.
I give them a C+. I don't know what they're doing. I love the Cole Kmet pick. I love the Jalen Johnson pick. But other than that, don't really believe in this team. Defensively, they're wasting away prime years
Yes, they are.
of a great defense in a great sports town. And Chicago, you deserve better. They'll probably be last. They could be last in this division. I don't know.
Probably be last. Because the Lions seem
If
like they're
Matt-
trying to get it
if
together.
Matt Stafford's
Didn't
healthy,
get hurt, they would have been better probably than the Bears. That's what I said. They could finish last, and they didn't even address the quarterback position. No Jordan Love. I mean, I know he got win the first round, but maybe make a move up. Go get Jake Fromm. Somebody to bring competition.
Jake Fromm went late too. He definitely.
Yes,
he
and they
was
say,
late.
oh, he doesn't have a strong arm. He played in the SEC and won big
Sound
games
like
as a
Mitch
freshman.
Trubisky to me.
I think he's better than Mr. Trubisky right now.
I would agree with that.
And then, even though he went
I
late,
think they're
call
the
me what
same.
you want.
I think they're the same.
Only thing Trubisky
now I
can do
would
better is
take
probably
Fromm.
run. Only thing Trubisky probably do better
I
is
would
run.
take Fromm over Trubisky.
Yeah, because
Right
Fromm
now.
got that big game mentality. But enough about the damn bit. What's up? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
So DC, we were watching a little bit of the 2017 draft when he was when your boy from North Carolina, what's his name? Trubisky, right?
Trubisky.
He looked bad in the highlight tape.
Bruh, his highlights pre-draft were
Terrible.
Disrespect my man DC school like that, man.
That's my school for basketball.
Okay, all right. Good to
Basketball.
clarify. You clarify for the people.
We don't
Basketball.
acknowledge
No
football.
football.
No
football.
acknowledged
No
football
North
in
Carolina football.
Yo, that's funny. But yeah, he went over in that draft. Fun fact, you were talking about this. Deshaun Watson, Patrick Mahomes.
Yep.
John Kitna.
It was Dan Orlovsky.
Orlowski. Oh, okay.
Now went to
Take
ESPN.
Culpepper, too.
Better broadcaster than quarterback. But hey, we love you, Dan. Thank you.
Same as Brady Quinn.
Actually, Dan Orlowski, you didn't believe in Lamar Jackson, you fool.
A lot of those.
He said Lamar should
It's
play
a
wide
lot. It's a
receiver.
bunch of
Eat
them.
dirt, white man.
Okay, let's get him off the mic. I'll go next with the Minnesota Vikings. I gave them a B plus.
Be respectful.
I mean, I think it's hard to have a horrible draft unless you're with 15 picks.
Backhanded compliments.
Justin Jefferson fell to them in the first round.
Love that pick.
He'll step in and replace Stephon Diggs right
Diggs.
away. They got Jeff Gladney in the second round, and the bottom of the first round, which is basically the second round. They got his man Ezra Cleveland as well.
Good call,
I
Rel.
thought they attacked a lot of
Boise
positions.
State.
I don't think they found an immediate replacement for Everson Griffin, but they did draft a lot of different people that they can kind of rotate in and out. That'll be able to kind of help them out when it comes to that. This team lost a lot in their secondary, so that's the only issue I have to see what that secondary is going to turn into next year, because their secondary either went to the Bengals or the Browns. So
I say, did they lose a lot? Trey
Trey
Waynes, Xavier?
they lost everybody but
Xavier
Anthony Harris.
I think they were on the decline. Well, I never liked Trey Waynes though.
Harrison Smith.
Harrison Smith. They lost everybody but Harrison Smith.
I love Harrison Smith. Notre Dame, baby. Told you they
Yeah,
produced
Xavier
great,
Rhodes wasn't
great
that
playmakers.
great last
They
year.
did
Anyway.
not.
He did not play well.
Notre
last year.
Dame
playmakers.
produces a lot of trash.
No,
Unless you play
no,
line.
trash.
The linemen are good. Everybody else?
Harrison Smith, baby. The Vikings winning NFC North. Just telling you now.
All right, let's move on to Cavante with
F.
the Packers.
F
What grade?
F
Okay.
F and more Fs. Fs for everybody. For the Packers organization. There were 30 plus wide receivers that went in the entire draft. How many did the Packers get?
I think none.
0.
Not nail one
So they
of
didn't
them.
get one?
They did not get one. They got a tight end. They did not get one.
So
Yeah, I
you mean
didn't
to tell
even
me
know
with
they
their
got
biggest need,
Their biggest need.
and they got what in the first round?
They went quarterback.
Quarterback. Oh, they traded up to get Jordan Love.
Oh.
I'm so confused. If I'm Aaron Rodgers, I'd have some concerns.
I might call my agent.
I had some
Call
concerns.
State Farm.
I'd have some concerns because this is out of this world. I don't understand. Because you're telling me basically something's going to happen within the next 2 to 3 years with Aaron
Oh,
Rodgers.
yeah, I see too.
This is similar
Get
to
traded.
when they brought Aaron Rodgers in.
So here's the difference, though.
But he said 4 years.
Here's the difference, though. Brett Favre kept playing in and out of retirement when they got Aaron Rodgers, and they didn't trade up to get Aaron Rodgers. They gave up a piece to move up to get Jordan Love when
don't
Aaron
understand.
Rodgers still has at least 3-4 good years left.
Jordan Love would have been there.
No, he wasn't going to be.
said at least 5.
I think he would have been.
I think
If
the
Brady's
coach-
playing at
Brady's
42,
playing, yeah.
Aaron
Aaron
Rodgers
Rodgers
has
hasn't had a
5
major
years.
injury,
He
really.
has 5 years. He has
Yeah.
collarbones, but that's
Yeah,
nothing.
so I'm saying nothing like an ACL. It's like, that's how.
I don't think he would have been there, but I mean, if that's your man, I guess you draft him.
You were in the NFC Championship
I
game.
gave
All
him-
you need to add is one receiver.
I gave him a D minus.
F. Terrible. Look at these linemen they chose. A lot of underwhelming offensive linemen.
and they didn't even
You still have
improve
them winning
offensive
the
line.
division.
Yeah.
I don't.
They will win the NFC North because they have Aaron Rodgers, even though they hate him, apparently. They do
right.
nothing for him.
F.
Hey, man. I like that. Kirk Cousins, baby.
Oh, Green Bay.
And AJ Dillon, running back, Boston College.
Horrible pick.
21 catches his
Bro,
entire
they
career.
they have 2 good running backs there already.
Yeah,
And he's a power guy.
Jamal Williams can't stay healthy, but Aaron
I don't
Jones
understand.
and AJ Dillon to me is the same exact player.
I don't understand.
Go ahead, First Cousins.
What was the grade again?
F.
Okay.
First Cousins, baby. I'll be at the cookout when we can not have to social distance and have more than 10 people.
He'll be there by himself. Nobody's going to see Kirk Cousins.
You never lie. I'm gonna go to you next as we can start with the NFC South, DC, and let you talk about your New Orleans Saints.
My New Orleans Saints, the annual robbery football team that they are. The Saints only had, I think, 5 draft picks, so it was kind of hard to really say that they had a bad draft. They addressed some needs. They had exactly 1, 2, 3. Yeah.
It didn't need much.
It was 4 or 5.
1,
Yeah,
2,
look,
3. It was
it ain't
actually
much.
4. So they went center guard with Reeves in the first round. It was an area of need. If you had to pick something that they can improve on offense, it's probably the
You know
O-line
Patrick Queen
on
was
offense.
on board.
Oh, offense, yeah.
So Patrick Queen was on the board. I definitely would have took him.
Yep.
For that
Sure
reason, I would knock them a little bit and give them a B. They did make it up. Zach Bond, linebacker, Wisconsin.
Love
He is a
that
very
pick.
aggressive linebacker.
Love it.
If it weren't for some other
it
concerns, he probably
PBs?
would have went higher. If
Is
it
it
weren't for some
PBs?
other concerns, he would have.
Hey, he led the
Other
Big Ten. He led the Big
concerns.
Ten in
Other
sacks.
concerns.
You do that in a major conference. I
I
like it.
believe he was first team All Big Ten. I mean,
Led him in sacks.
defense.
Yeah.
Is it because of the PEDs?
That's the question. That's why he fell, because they're saying, can he if he has to not take the PDs, he's not going to be big enough. Is he going to be durable enough? We'll see. I think he can at least be a solid pass rusher.
I agree.
He has speed.
Yeah, he can move well. He's aggressive.
And I think that we put too much into PEDs, but that's just another story for another day.
in football, yes.
That's what I'm saying. We put too much into it.
And other than that, they didn't really have too many holes in that roster. So they could have gotten Patrick Queen and played linebacker, but I like what they have on defense. Their front four, their front four is very, very good.
Front four is good.
So
Super
other
Bowl
than
or
that,
bust. Super Bowl or bust.
it's always Super Bowl.
We noticed
Hell
Reeves
yeah.
last year. He already signed a contract for TV. He already signed his NBC contract. He's about to be in the booth. He's taking over for Collinsworth in a year.
Well, all I can say is
If you didn't know that.
let's just hope the refs don't bring their ski masks to New Orleans this year because it seems to be an annual robbery every year.
Don't put yourself in a position to get robbed.
I think they're going to win at least
Easier said
13
than done.
games. I think they're going to win at least 13 games, run away with this. But go ahead. Keep going.
That's it. Just
I'll
give them a
double-
solid B.
I'll double back to you, DC, and give you the Carolina Panthers.
Carolina gets a B+. They drafted all defensive players to combat the offenses in that division of the Buccaneers and the Saints.
And they had one of the worst defenses.
Yeah, they were like 29th in scoring and
I didn't know
29 points per game.
yeah, they were bad. They were
Luke
bad.
Kuechly rolling over in his grave.
They were bad on defense last year. They made moves to address it. Derek Brown was the guy who I projected them picking in the first round. He's the best defensive tackle in the draft. It's not close. They got YGM, Yatura Gross Matos.
Love that.
400.
As long as he wasn't in the first round. that was a good
From
pick.
Penn State, I think he's raw. He's a really good pass rusher.
Give him
He's
2 years.
He's
I like
gonna
him
make
2
a splash
years.
eventually in the
Give him 2 years.
NFL. He's too good of an athlete. Jeremy Chen, safety out of Southern
very good
Illinois.
pick as
Southern
well.
Illinois, very good pick. He was smaller conference guy, not too much hype around him. Watch him on the tape, he pops out. And they again 7 defensive guys, so they just address,
You don't need offense when you got CMC.
Yeah, just give him the football. Just give him the football. Teddy Bridgewater's not going to make too many mistakes.
Yeah.
So
Teddy, don't forget, DJ Moore is also there, a great Maryland alumni, and Robbie Anderson. All right, don't forget about those guys.
forget
But
about
DJ
those guys.
But
Give
DJ
him
Moore,
CMC.
give
about those
DJ
guys.
Moore the
The
ball.
play is called "Give It to CMC." Every play is
Every
called
play is called
"Give It to CMC."
Especially after he just got broke off.
Highest
Give
paid
it
running back
to
ever.
CMC.
And he deserves
Well
it.
deserved though. Well deserved. Smart, not waiting too long.
I'll go next with the Atlanta Falcons. I gave them a B, I believe. Yeah, I gave them a B. They did reach at 16 going AJ Terrell, but as I said in my mock,
Super reach.
I knew that corner was going to be the place where a lot of teams reached when it came to this draft, but they did get a corner. They got offensive line as well as defensive line. I love their first 3 picks. Outside of the reach, I did like AJ Terrell as a player, but then to get
Did not
Marlon
have a
Davidson,
good college football playoff.
That's true. But then Marlon Davidson in the second, and then Matt Hennessy in the third. I really wanted Hennessy to come to the
Drunk
Ravens.
man, drunk
So I could have
man.
got a Hennessy Ravens jersey.
For obvious reasons. You still can get one
I
though.
mean,
right?
hey,
NFLshop.com.
It's different though. It's different.
It is. It's a little bit different. And plus, I mean, honestly, it wouldn't have hit the same because he'd play O-line. Don't nobody want to see those 60-something Hennessy jerseys.
That's a fact.
Hey, you get your Ronnie Stanley, Orlando Brown Jr. jerseys. Because we need to pay you, Ronnie Stanley. So buy the jersey so we have more money to pay you. Thank you.
I don't even know if the money works like that, but
It doesn't. It does not, but it's all right.
one for
Travante,
shot.
you got the Bucks.
Tampa Bay, I gave them an A-, I believe. They hit it out the park with their first 2 picks, getting Tristan Wirfs, who honestly failed, arguably the best lineman in the draft. Getting that offensive line together for the GOAT that's in town. If y'all haven't heard, the second pick, Antoine Winfield Jr., safety, Minnesota. Defensive backfield absolutely had to be addressed, and they did so with the second pick. It wasn't much to dislike. Keyshawn Vaughn out of Vanderbilt. Maybe if I'm nitpicking, but I think he'd be an all right 1-2 punch with Ronald Jones.
They have
Second.
no running backs.
At all.
They have the GOAT though. And Gronk.
He definitely needs to run it back.
They're not
If
making.
anything,
He can
Tom
win you a
Brady-
game when I want.
They're not making a Super
Short
Bowl.
passes.
No, I don't think not right now. Not right now. But the offense is crazy. The offense is sick.
Front seven's pretty good too.
And honestly, I don't know how much they'll be running the ball anyway. But I gave him an A-.
They're definitely going to have to run the ball with Brady. He's 42. Like,
You
what
got
y'all want him
a
to
really good
throw?
receiving core. Throw first. Bruce Arians don't run the ball.
Yeah, it's
first.
gonna be a throw first.
It's gonna be a lot of straight up drop back.
I understand everything you're talking about.
The only other thing I say though,
Brady
is,
got to run the ball. Like,
no, I don't think they're gonna run the ball that often. But Bruce Arians also has a downfield passing attack. That's the one thing that I want to see.
Tom Brady completed the same percentages of downfield passes as Jameis Winston, which is not really saying too much. But I mean, they got through it last year.
Are we
Jameis
counting
led
the
the league in
Jameis
passing yards.
Winston interceptions? I think if we count the interceptions, then he probably
Brady ain't even throwing that many, so that's already about 3 wins right there.
I can agree with that.
So who do y'all have winning this division?
You already know what I'm about to say.
Nolans,
baby.
Nolans.
We all know Tom Brady's one of the 3 greatest white men of all time.
There we go.
Who
I'm
the
out
other
of
two?
here. I'm out of here.
Elvis Presley, who's a rapist and a creep and a thief. If I met him, I'd punch him in the face. And White Jesus, for all you people out there.
Elvis is not one of the greatest white men.
How does he get the greatest tag as... Nah, I'm not getting into it.
All right, let's move
And
on.
Tom Brady can walk in his neighbor's house without anyone saying anything.
Without getting shot. That's what you want to say.
I-
That's what you want to say.
I mean, hey, man, white privilege.
And
That's
with the
definitely white
AFC
privilege.
East,
Thank you, Tom. I appreciate it. Hide yourself.
I'm gonna start off with the Buffalo Bills. I gave them a B plus.
No way.
No, I didn't give them an A. They didn't have a first round pick.
They
I
got
guess that
Stephon
first
Diggs.
round pick was Stephon Diggs,
Man.
which isn't a bad first round pick. But to me, going into the offseason their idea and philosophy should have been to build weapons around their quarterback and Josh Allen. That defense was really good last
He's
year.
not going to get them the ball.
Yeah, he is.
Yes, he is.
Not that
He's
good.
not accurate.
It's Ben Roethlisberger without football IQ.
He's
He's
not
not
Ben
accurate.
Roethlisberger either.
Ben came in the league. All right, go ahead. I'm sorry. We're getting off topic. Yeah.
They got AJ Epinesa in the second round, which is a really good pick. They're going to pair Zach Moss with Devin Singletary in the backfield. And I really like Jake from State Farm going there. I think
And his
I like-
khakis?
I like where he went. Although I will say, like I always say, if you are white and your name is Jake from the West Coast, you are trash. Jacob Eason, Jacob Locker, Jake from State Farm with the khakis. They replaced him for a black guy. If your name is Jake and you're white from
They
the West
did do
Coast,
that.
you're off.
They gave him the on Viv. They did the opposite on
Where
Viv.
did Jake Plummer play?
They did the opposite on Viv on
I
us.
think-
State
he came
Farm,
from
man.
The man
West
came from
too.
Arizona somewhere.
Over West.
Somewhere south.
We went to Arizona State. We went to Arizona State.
Arizona State,
Yeah.
trash.
He wasn't trash. He
Close
just
enough.
wasn't that great.
Trash.
But whatever.
How many
I
playoff
mean, hey,
wins Jake
I love
Fromm
Jake
got?
Fromm. I love Jake Fromm. So I hope, if Josh Allen,
don't
might
think-
get hurt.
But
I'll
Jake Fromm is not from the West Coast. I was talking about Jacob Eason. We'll get to that in a second. But I like Jake Fromm. He just has a noodle arm.
So I think they had a good draft. I have them dominating this division next year. I'll tell you who I have being horrible in this division a little later. But let's go to you, Ro, with the Miami Dolphins.
I think the Dolphins had a really good draft. Gave him a B plus. We're not gonna talk about what I said yesterday. I definitely love the Tua pick. I don't think anybody can deny that. They
Nope.
finally got their
Nope.
quarterback of the future. What else is I right? Dolphins, they primarily focus on the defensive side of the ball as well as, the offensive line.
They needed to. They needed
Yeah.
5 new starters on the offensive
For
line.
sure.
They probably got 3 now.
Yeah.
I didn't like them going corner at the end of the first round.
I did.
They
He's
had
a
the
track-
two
he's a
highest
track
paid
guy.
corners
They
in the
needed-
NFL.
But they need a slot
Yeah,
guy.
they
needed a slot.
needed.
And you know everything is 3 wide receivers in the league.
I don't
And
think
they
I'm
playing
wasting a
man.
first round pick on that
I don't
because I
think
feel
we
like you can add a veteran in free agency
Yeah.
for your slot corner.
But I like
Well, he's
the-
cheap. That's why.
I like the fact that they did focus on the offensive line because it was horrible last year.
It was. They drafted a left tackle
I
from
thought
USC.
Austin Jackson was
Austin
in the
Jackson.
first round.
I had him as an early second round pick, but he is a very solid young man. He gave a kidney to a sister to save her life. Shout out
Yeah,
to
he
you,
did.
Austin Jackson.
Reach in the first
Fight
round.
on USC Trojans. And
I do
that's
like the
about
pick,
it.
though. Seriously.
I like the
think it's-
pick.
I think
thought-
he's raw,
I
but
thought
it's
it
a
was a
good
reach.
pick.
I thought it was a reach at 18.
But who would
Something
you would
like
have won
that.
at
A
18?
little bit.
18.
I don't
A
know.
little bit.
But it was a
plus.
reach though.
It was a small pick.
Great pick, Dolphins. Y'all doing something right. Hopefully it comes.
Brian
out.
Flores, baby.
I've been on the boy. Y'all know I've been liking this man since he got blew up by the Ravens.
How many teams in the NFL have black GMs and coaches?
I don't know. I think is that the only one.
I think so.
I think
Might
so.
be.
I think Miami. Maybe
Shout out
the
to
only
Miami.
one.
Because you can go to Miami for a lot of, well, not right now, but you can go to Miami for a lot of reasons. Don't open up them damn beaches.
No, it's too late.
Don't. They already did it.
I think they
open.
open over.
Yeah,
And some of them in Florida.
Florida
I don't know about Miami.
Equals crazy. That's all I'm gonna say.
Word to Charlemagne the God.
That's all I'm gonna say.
He said the
That's all I'ma
Bronx.
say.
He said the Bronx
Charlotte.
and all of Florida.
And that is a fact. And you would know, brother. But
we don't get into it.
yeah, that's a whole nother.
That's a whole nother story, whole nother show.
Oh boy,
Next team.
Let's go to you, Byron, with the Jets.
love what the Dolphins did. By
Hey,
the way.
you be careful with my man Sam over
You know I
there.
love Sam. They got him Denzel Mims.
They did.
Love
This is
it.
why I'm hot. I'm expecting him to be hot in New York. He's a big, fast receiver with the Baylor. Mekhi Becton. I love Becton. Probably my
I
favorite
thought
tackle.
he was the best tackle in the draft. He's a
Baby
big
Zeus,
baller.
baby.
is
He
a
will
big
protect
baller.
your man.
I hope you
Can't protect him from mono, but he can protect him from being on his back.
Oh my gosh, Jesus.
That man is a walk-in STD. folks.
I love Ashton Davis.
Mono is not an STD. Shout out to all of y'all out there that have had mono. I've never had it, but Shout out to Kiss and Boo Sam, baby.
Shout out to
Let's
everybody
go.
that watches us with STDs. We love you the same. Just don't touch me. But
Jesus Christ.
I love the LaMichael P. Ron
Nice.
picked a pair with Le'Veon, who could be gone after this year, Florida guy, and getting James Morgan. I didn't like that picture. Took Jake Fromm and getting Jabari Zunga. I give them a A-. I love the Jets did, and I think the Jets are going to be in competition for second place in this division.
I agree.
I'm going to go with the team that had the worst draft in this division and will have the worst record in this division next year, which will be the New England Patriots.
I don't know about worst record, but definitely worst draft.
I think they'll have the worst record. If they go into the season with who they have at quarterback currently, playing quarterback.
But I do
They're
agree,
gonna
like I
lose.
said previously,
You're
I
not
don't
a
see them
Stidham fan?
scoring over 15 points a game
Not
with
a
this
Stidham
offense.
fan, but I mean their defense is still very good.
But you can't win giving up 15 no more. It's not 2,000, like I said.
But they did.
no
They
offense
they
in
had a
there.
Patriot draft. They traded out the first round to get more picks because a lot of their picks were in later rounds, 5, 6, and 7. They did get.
So you mean to tell me they drafted a quarterback, right?
No, they did.
Okay.
They got a kicker in the fifth round. If that makes you feel
Reach.
better.
Why would they cut Gostkowski? That still doesn't make
Reach,
sense to
dumb.
me.
Bill Belichick being doing too much.
Kyle Duggar in the first. I did like the Josh Oosh. I'm pretty sure I'm saying your name wrong, but I liked him in the second round. Anthony Jennings out of Alabama in the third round. I really like that pick as well. They are trying to keep that defense where it is. We know Bill Belichick loves his defense. I just think that they have the worst record in this division moving forward. Do anybody think my Bills is losing this division?
I like how you worded that.
I
No,
bet.
Bills are winning.
As long as y'all know. Moving on to the AFC West. Let's just start with the champions. So I'm going to go to you, Raul, the Kansas City Chiefs.
In my opinion, the Chiefs didn't really need to add much, especially not on offense.
Especially not on offense. But they did.
Yeah, they did. Defense could use
could
a
have gone
little tweak.
corner.
Yeah, defense could use a little tweak, but I don't think they had like a
Dire
need,
nope,
you
not
know,
at all.
because they can score points with the best of them. Honestly, who needs defense? But that's a different story. I think they added that running back from LSU.
Clyde.
I love it. Fits right.
I don't think he was the best running back.
He might have been the best
But fit
though.
for that team,
Yeah,
yes,
best fit.
absolutely he is. He is absolutely the
He
best
in
fit
the
for that
Zoom.
team. Like I said, they did address cornerback late in the draft, getting kids from Tulane. They can still use a bona fide pass rusher, but we'll see if they address that before this season starts. But I gave them a B. They didn't really do too much. They didn't really do too
Nor do they
little.
need to.
Yeah, so
I like the
it
Willie
was
Gay
just-
Jr. pick in the second round. I like that pick.
Spoiler alert, they'll be in the AFC Championship game.
Maybe even the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I said at least, like just minimum. Waking up out of bed, Mahomes, keep it up, brother. That's right.
Down 10 plus points 3 times. Come back and win.
Make it look easy.
Crazy.
Jordan-esque.
DC and the Broncos.
Gave the Broncos a B plus.
That's right. Be respectful to Mr. Elway.
I think I would not have gone receiver with the first 2 round picks. Jerry Jeudy falling to them, and them getting Jerry Jeudy is an absolute steal. He's
We
the
love
best
you,
receiver
Jew,
in the
baby.
draft.
Absolutely.
He's the best receiver in the draft, and he's going to make a big splash for my boy Drew Lock. Drew Lock, keep bumping that Jeezy out here. KJ Hamler, Penn State. I like him as a receiver. I just don't like him going after Jerry Jeudy.
I love that.
They could have addressed a cornerback or somewhere in the secondary, which they did in the third round. They drafted a corner named Michael. I know I'm going to say this wrong. Ojemudia, I want to say. He went to Iowa, but I think they could have addressed that a little bit earlier. And that's really the biggest hole in their defense. Offseason so far, they added Jarrell Casey. They added AJ Boye to play corner. So they made strides on the defensive end. They should be healthy this year with Nick Chubb and Von Miller, who got
Bradley
coronavirus.
Chubb.
Corona.
I mean,
Bradley.
I said Nick Chubb.
Yeah, they cousins though. It's cool.
Bradley Chubb
They are
and
cousins.
Von Miller.
yeah, Von Miller, Mr.
Yeah, get well
Coronavirus.
soon, bro.
Hope you good over there, bro.
Their offense is stacked.
So I didn't like them going receiver because
I
they
loved it.
They got Cortland Sutton, they got Jerry Jeudy. I think that would have
DC,
been
you
fine.
cannot have too many receivers. I'm
Yes,
telling you.
you can
No, you
have
can't.
too
You
many
absolutely
You
can.
can't.
3 isn't
No,
too
you
many.
can't.
And
3 isn't too many.
And 3
though.
good ones.
No, I'm just saying they could have found another guy.
They have every type of receiver. They have every type of receiver. They have Cortland Sutton to go up and get it. Jerry can do it all, and Hamler is in the slot.
Is in the speed. He's a
And they
speed
got
football.
Jesus Christ. And Fant.
Nick,
Fant
no
for
no
that
fan. He drafted him.
Didn't they get another tight end too? I think
let me check.
I think they got another tight end actually.
Do you think they should have addressed the O-line?
They
in
did.
any way?
They drafted a tight end
Missouri.
from Missouri, yeah. But
Fourth round.
I still think they could have went somewhere else in the second round. They did have a lot of draft picks, and they made good use of them for the most part. I definitely think they could have went, I don't know, secondary, like I said, more. But other than that, B+, Denver.
Thank you, Mr. Elway.
I'll go next with the Raiders. I gave them a C. They started off the draft with a splash by going Henry Ruggs. I don't think anybody,
Seeing that coming.
him being the first wide
That was
receiver off
wild.
the board.
That was wild.
That was definitely an Al Davis
Why
pick.
you
From
not
Missouri.
take Jerry Judy?
I saw it coming. It shouldn't have happened. That
You know what
way,
I thought
but
about?
I did see it.
Darius
coming.
Haywood Bay.
Wow.
Oh, shit.
Ouch.
That pick.
Ah,
Fast.
That's disrespectful.
Henry
Fast.
Ruggs is better than
No, I'm just
Darius
saying,
Haywood.
when they made that pick, it's like, damn, you could have went Jerry Judy. But yes, I like you, Henry Ruggs. You just shouldn't have been
Darius
taken
Haywood-Bay.
after.
Ouch.
You probably should have been the
That's a
third or
name
fourth
for
receiver
you.
taken.
Yeah.
Because I argue Justin Jefferson is just as good as you, but two types,
I
different
mean,
types of
Darius
receivers.
Haywood went to Maryland, didn't he?
Hey, man, that's back
Trash.
and he was good at Maryland. He was good at Maryland. Like Torrey Smith was good at Maryland.
They had the biggest reach of the first round being Damon Arnett. I have no idea why he went in the first round.
What school he
I
goes
think
to?
he was like the fourth or the fifth
He went
best.
to Ohio State.
I don't even think he was the fifth ranked corner in this draft.
He
to me
wasn't
personally.
top 7
was
to me.
not
He
in-
probably was like number
Okay.
10. Probably number 10 to me.
Definitely shouldn't have went that high.
He was like number 12, maybe. Just
He
saying.
was getting lower.
He was number seven. ESPN has him 7th ranked
I
tight
have him,
end,
like,
and he
9th.
was the third tight end. Corner. And he was the third corner to come off the board. It was definitely the biggest reach. They went back to back wide receivers in the third round, being Lyndon Bolden Jr. and what's his name, Brian Edwards. I really like the Brian Edwards pick. I guess Lyndon Bolden Jr. can be considered a athlete more than a position. He played quarterback, he played running back, and he played receiver, so he's going to be that gadget. Only thing I didn't like is they have a lot of receivers already. They had Hunter Winfrow, they have Tyrell Williams.
That's it.
And they drafted 3 receivers in this round. And I
Can't
believe
have too many receivers.
Did they get Nelson Aguilar?
Yes, they did.
Yeah, they
He's
did.
an athlete as well who can't catch. But hey, we'll take them all in Vegas, baby. We want to put on the show. We ain't about winning. Come on,
They
you
have
know
a
that.
lot. They have a lot.
Mike Mayock, John Gruden, get it together.
So I gave him a C. Cavante, you have the Chargers.
Yes.
goal.
Chargers. One pick, not pick. I'm not gonna necessarily say pick I didn't like because Kenneth Murray was a great pick. It's unfortunate because they gave up the second and third round picks. So they picked in the first round and didn't pick again to the fourth round. I love their last pick of the draft, KJ Hill, wide receiver. The Ohio State, very ultra productive there. It
might be a steal.
And I think it is a steal,
Yeah.
and
Does he make the roster?
he will. I'm gonna step out there and say he will.
He could
make
be
the-
their fourth receiver.
He will make the
Be their
roster.
fourth.
They
But
just got rid of Travis Benjamin.
Yeah, they could be their fourth.
But
Who's not good? He's not,
not,
good.
I'm not doing this with you again.
Travis Benjamin is not good.
I'm not doing this with you again.
but none of this matters. None of this matters if Justin Herbert does well. The draft is amazing if Justin Herbert does well.
Does he start week 1?
No, I don't think he starts week 1. He needs to start sooner rather than later though, because the quicker he gets acclimated with his receivers, his 2 studs that he have at receiver, the better he'll be.
That's all you gotta do with them. Just throw it
And
out.
let
I actually
Bosa and Ingram
think
go get it.
Tyrod doesn't get enough credit. He hasn't really got a fair shake. Cleveland, he got hurt. That's why Baker
He got a
Mayfield
fair
got
shake in
that
Buffalo.
job. Buffalo, he wasn't bad.
He wasn't good. He was average.
He led him to like what 7-8 wins.
He got him
Yeah, he
playoff
got Buffalo further than they had been before he got there.
That's true.
So I think he hasn't really gotten a fair deal. And also, Rex Ryan was his head coach. No offense at all whatsoever was in Buffalo. So
Seriously.
I would like to see him get some weapons and some real offense, which he had in Cleveland before he got hurt. So I like to see Tyrod start and see what he can do. I'm not a big Justin Herbert guy anyway.
I think he was booming.
I think he's Joe Flacco. He's a big armed white guy. He can move better. He's a better athlete than Joe Flacco, but he's pedestrian overall.
Kind of reminds me of Josh Allen a little bit. No shade, just saying he reminds me of him a little bit.
If that is the case, then I really don't like him. That means I'm consistent.
Big
in that
arm,
sense.
can
I'm
run.
not taking a Josh Allen slander.
I'm not slandering him. I'm just saying
Listen,
he big
He's not-
arm,
he's not
big.
good.
Josh Allen got better.
That's true. And he'll get better this year too.
Josh Allen is average at his.
I think
absolute
Herbert
best.
can throw
Yeah,
better
but
than Allen.
who is he throwing it to?
What's his name?
John Brown
Yeah.
and Cole Beasley and
Exactly.
I mean
Now he has Stephon Diggs.
Knox. That's a tight end.
either
Yeah.
way,
He has Stephon Diggs down.
what
He
does
has a
Josh
legit
Allen do
one.
best? Run.
He'll have a better year.
Yeah,
If
Stephon
you're
Diggs is a
white,
legit wide receiver
if you're
now.
white and the best thing you do is
It
run,
don't
you're
matter.
not
He has to
good.
be accurate.
So
I don't care
CMC?
what y'all talking about.
He is.
At quarterback.
Not
He went.
accurate.
He went from 12 interceptions to 9,
Steve Young.
and played more games.
Steve Young was a pretty good intermediate passer.
Percentage? That's what I'm
Like
Best
60.
thing was running.
I don't know if that was his best thing. I think that was the thing.
Steve Young
No.
can sling that thing.
Yeah.
He doesn't have anybody to
Sling
throw
it.
to. He doesn't have legit.
Not no
number one
Steve
receiver.
Young.
Yeah,
I'm not
you
saying-
know.
I'm
He
not
ain't
saying
even
that.
one
I'm just
guy.
saying
All right,
he
we
can
got to
sling it,
move on now. I'm not comparing Josh Allen to Steve Young.
Where we
though.
at?
I'm just saying.
How did we get here?
He said what white quarterback's best attribute was running the ball. I said Steve Young.
Steve
his
Young
best
wasn't even as
He was
fast.
accurate.
He was not. That's not his best attribute, but either way,
Not his best attribute.
I think Josh Allen's best attribute is he has a cannon.
he doesn't throw it accurately.
He
consistently.
doesn't have anybody to throw it to.
John Brown.
That's
is
what I'm
fast.
saying.
John
So
Brown-
his
I'll move
percentage
on.
probably
I'll
not
move
gonna be
on.
high.
I'll move on.
He's throwing to a bunch of slot
Texans?
receivers.
Best thing he does
His
is
Joe
completion
Flacco made
percentage
John Brown look pretty good.
is 56.3.
He wasn't the number one wide receiver.
Trash.
John Brown.
He had 9 interceptions.
No, he wasn't the starting number one wide. He might have been
From
the
12.
That's terrible. For
With
his
the Ravens?
To be
career.
honest, he was not the number
just
one
got
wide
there.
receiver on the depth chart.
For his career.
That's why
just
he was
got
number
there.
one, but not
In
on the
2
depth
years.
chart.
Who was above him?
Bro.
Crabtree, sadly.
All right.
Yeah,
Who was above him?
Oh, Houston, Texas. Byron.
The Bill O'Brien led Texans, the
Yuck.
GM.
Throw it away.
Throw
it all away.
I give them a solid C minus.
I want my money back.
Ross Blacklock was a
Boo,
reach.
you stink.
Ross Blacklock was a reach. I think Matabuke, who went after him, about 20 some odd picks, is better than him. I really don't see much value in the offensive line, and we took one offensive lineman, and that is not smart because I know you just paid Tunsil.
$22 million a year.
Deshaun Watson is always getting hit, much like Russell Wilson.
Mm-hmm.
You got a bunch of the similar type receivers. The defensive secondary is
They got
trash.
4 slot
JJ
wide
Watts on his
Thank you.
last legs, just and maybe more headed towards the twilight of his career than the prime. They could finish last in the AFC South.
Bill O'Brien got CT.
Deshaun Watson, get traded. Get traded.
They have 4 slot
Get
receivers.
Get
traded.
hurt. Which one of
Get
them is playing?
traded.
Which one of them is playing 12 games? Tell me
Brandon
that.
Cooks.
Brandon Cooks, maybe.
He gets hurt
Kiki
too.
Kuti.
Who?
Randall
What's his name?
Cobb.
What's his name? What's his name?
No, I'm sorry. They have 5 because they got Randall Cobb too. They have 5
5 hurt receivers.
5 slot wide receivers.
5 IR.
I think the
5
Texans,
IR
the
receivers.
Texans could be in the top 5 of the draft next year.
Yeah, they're not making the playoffs.
Could be in the top 5 of the draft.
Their quarterback is too good
What was
for
your
that.
grade?
B minus.
C minus.
C minus.
Oh.
C minus.
Okay.
Wanted to kind of give him a D, but I give him C minus.
Cravante and the Titans.
I gave them a B plus. I love the Christian Fulton pick in the second round. Great value. Isaiah Wilson, kind of a reach, but I think it'll work. I think
It
it'll
was a
work
reach
out for
to me,
them.
but I understood why. You just
Yeah,
lost Jake Conklin.
I definitely get it. I didn't care for the Darrington Evans pick, running back Appalachian State. I really would like to know what they're going to do with Derrick Henry, because if that's I feel like usually when they franchise a running back, they just want to trade his tires one more year and then get him up out of there. Now, if that's the case, they could fit Evans in right behind him. I thought it was a very interesting pick, Cole McDonald.
Cole McDonald had a farm.
Quarterback, Hawaii. Just interesting pick. It was late in the draft, but still very much interesting. I gave him a B plus.
Raw Jaguars.
I think the Jaguars had an excellent draft.
I would hope so. They tanked for it.
Yeah. They were addressing
They had
key
12 picks too.
Yeah, absolutely. I love the fact that they addressed the cornerback position.
Called it.
Definitely needed that. I love the Caleb Chisholm. However you pronounce
Yes,
his,
I love that pick as well.
Clavion
Chasion.
Cheesy, yeah, I know. It sound like a
French.
A wine.
I had
He
that.
He sound like a wine.
Sound like a wine.
It does sound like something I would order. Smooth. I thought he was going to go to Dallas. It's going to be a good fit for him down there.
Yeah, and they also got Chenault as another good
Lavish
pick.
Chenault is one of the best receivers
With your
in this
boy,
draft.
Baby Chart.
Baby Chart.
Baby
on the other
Chart.
side.
Do.
You know, as you guys know, I do like
Minshew.
Minshew.
I
Hopefully
don't.
he
I
can
don't.
bring some Minshew magic.
Cam
this year.
or Tank for Trevor.
But we'll see.
They'll be there.
I
They
gave
don't have
him
to
a,
take.
Or fall for Fields. We trademarking that. 'Cause I
Gave
just
the
came up with 2 of
Jags.
them off the top of my head.
an A.
Pretty sure Tank for Trevor was already there, but Fall for Fields, you can definitely trademark that one.
Not bad. Well done.
Somebody give me a lawyer.
You said you gave him an A?
Yeah.
I like that draft.
Let's move on to the
Best team in this division.
Yeah.
By far.
Colts.
So, I thought the Colts got the most underrated receiver of the draft, and I'm not just saying that because I'm
Michael
a USC
Pittman
fan.
is that dude.
Pittman.
Michael Pittman is a real problem. He's physical. He's big. He runs like 4.4, 4.5 ish. He kind of reminds me of like Andre Johnson type of physical, but he's taller. So if he turns into anything of his potential, and from what I hear, he's a great person who loves to work out. His dad was Michael Pittman that played running back for the Bucks. When
Super Bowl winner, Michael Pittman.
So he has an NFL pedigree in his background. The kid works hard. He's talented. He's gritty. It's a great pickup for the Colts. And
That was the Redskins pick.
Old man Rivers. Old man Rivers has
be
somebody to throw the
respectful.
ball to besides T.Y. They got Jonathan Taylor, who I think is the best running back in this draft,
Agreed.
outside of his fumble concerns. Him
And
along.
wear on his tires.
Behind
Yeah.
that offensive line, he'll be fine.
I think most running backs aren't getting a second contract anyway. So
Him
I
and
think
Marlon Mack.
in the second round, it was a great deal, a great pick. I mean, and they got Jacob Eason. Like I said, all white guys named Jake from the West Coast is trash. But you can sit behind Phillip Rivers and that game manager known as Jacoby Brissett and learn something. I think the tandem of Marlon Mack and Jonathan Taylor could turn into something good for their run game. They started to address their defense. They have good young pieces there already. They went towards the end of the draft. They got a D tackle and a corner. They address needs. Overall, best team in this division. Very good draft. A for the Colts. And I hate the Colts.
And Jonathan Taylor won't, since it's a 1-2 punch, he could save himself on
That
the trade.
offensive line, you can run behind it.
Hey, listen,
Best
and-
in the
and
league.
all-
And Jonathan Taylor's
lines are usually-
he's 4.3 fast.
Yeah.
He can catch. He's a
Just
very
like you
good
said,
running
just hold him
back.
to the
Yep,
football.
hold him to the
Hold him
football.
to the
He's good.
They've been
football.
looking
He's
for
fine.
somebody to spell Marlon Mack for quite some time. And he's also a running back that has a lot of injuries.
And Jonathan Taylor's probably already better than Marlon Mack. Just saying.
That's a fact.
Just put him behind that line, let him go to work.
Who do y'all have winning this division? Anybody saying anything?
Colts by
other than
far.
that?
Nablus.
Yeah, it's not
Nablus.
close.
Colts by far.
Okay, let's move on to the best division in the AFC, the AFC North. Let's start with the team that had the number one overall pick, being the Bengals and Byron.
Yes, I think the Cincinnati Bengals also had one of the best drafts. Not just saying that because I had them, but I gave them an A. Obviously, number one, Joe Burrow, the Ohio Savior 2.0, because LeBron's still alive. But
Big facts.
I really like this pick. I think Joe Burrow, then getting T. Higgins. I love T. Higgins. I wanted the Ravens maybe to draft him or Justin Jefferson if Patrick Queen was drafted. But I love the pick. Their first three picks: Wyoming linebacker Logan Wilson, Appalachian State linebacker Akeem Davis Gather, Notre Dame player Khalid Kareem. I think they did an excellent job. I love what Zach Taylor does up there. I know they had a bad year. Good young coach, probably one of my favorites. I think I could see 7 wins, I said, for the Bengals this year. AJ Green will be back, Tyler Boyd, John Ross. They'll be able to get it done. Gio Bernard, Joe Mixon. Offense is going to be really, really good. I think they can have a top 15 offense, but defensively is where the problems will be. And the offensive line is trash. But this team will win 7 games in a tough division, and Joe Burrow will be offensive rookie of the year.
I'll go to you, Rel, with the Pittsburgh Steelers.
I don't really say too much about the ops.
They had a solid drive.
I thought they had
They
one
had a
good pick.
Yeah, they had one good
TJ
pick.
McFarland. Andy McFarland picking me.
Nah, Alex Highsmith in this third round.
I agree with that, but for the reason I chose Chase Claypool only because we know what they can do with receivers in Pittsburgh.
They are
Where'd
a
he
wide
go to
receiver
school at?
factory.
They put him out.
Went to Notre
He
Dame.
went to Notre Dame.
Yeah.
Trash. That means I'm already not a believer.
Oh, he plays for the Steelers. That doesn't help either.
Only if Ben Roethlisberger is healthy.
Jameis, why?
This is a
That's
good
Should have
pick.
took that.
This is a good pick. But other than that, I don't really have too much to say.
Anthony McFarland put on his tape against Ohio State.
They get a C+. We don't talk about the ops on this show.
Let's go to you, DC, with the Browns.
Browns had a B+. I thought they addressed their biggest need, which was O-line. They got Jedrick Willis from Alabama to tackle.
Roll Tide, baby.
I think he was probably the second or third best tackle. I think he was the second one taken.
I think he only gave up 1 sack
Yeah, he gave up. Yeah,
and like 6 pressures.
Yeah, so
It's
I mean,
crazy.
he had a great year last year,
Very
and
good.
and in the SEC, you know that's the best division for trench work and players like that anyway. So, not mad at the pick. Grant Delpit, safety LSU, they got him in the second round.
Still.
Absolute steal.
Great steal.
Absolute steal.
Battle injuries last year, but he'll be back.
Like I said, the Browns addressed 2 areas of need: O-line and secondary, with their first 2 picks in the draft. They also got Jacob Phillips, linebacker, who went to LSU. So I don't have anything bad to say about their draft.
Yeah,
I'll go B+.
LSU was putting
I like
people
Donovan
in the lead,
Peoples-Jones
boy.
in
In the sixth round,
too.
but with their receivers, I don't know if he's going to make the team. Although I think they did cut Callaway.
Yeah, I think so. as
Yeah,
well.
he gone.
Yo, they put people in the lead.
Talk to Odell. They're going to be back this year. Baker, He's still on his commercials from an undisclosed location.
They should make the playoffs.
Browns are going to be a playoff
7
team.
teams making it.
They're going to be at least. They're going to win 10 games and be the toughest competitor to the Ravens.
Moving on to the team that I think had the best draft out of all the other 31 teams, being the Baltimore Ravens. I just felt like if you wanted to learn how to body a draft, you needed to watch what we did. They got the second best linebacker without having to trade up or anything like that. Also, shout out to Seahawks.
That's if you consider Isaiah Simmons a linebacker. If
I
he's
do.
not, I was about to say, if you're not, that's the best linebacker. That's the best
inside
absolute
linebacker.
linebacker.
Yeah.
I had Kenneth Murray graded a little bit higher, but it's
Nah.
to me you were picking feathers when it came to those two.
He was the
Which one
MVP
you
of the
like
National
more?
Championship game, which had Trevor Lawrence and Joe Burrow. That's all I need to hear.
But that is definitely a big shout out to the Seahawks because he might not have been there. Also getting Malik Harrison in the 3rd round. Those are going to be a nice pair of linebackers to be able to tandem for years to come. J.K. Dobbins in the 2nd round, even though it wasn't a need, it was a steal.
Ohio State.
He's going to be able to take over come 2 years from now when
He
we
gives
see
me
what
Ray
happens
Rice vibes.
with Mark Ingram and
On the field only, right?
Yeah.
Gus
On the
Edwards.
field only.
I had to clarify. I really had to
boy.
clarify.
Oh boy.
Shout out to Ray. He's moving back to Baltimore where he belongs.
Okay. This draft showed me that the draft in the offseason showed me that the Ravens were not over the Titans' loss in the playoffs. Getting Justin Matabuke was
Love
still
that
in
pick
the
now.
3rd round. The only pick I did not like that the Ravens had was Broderick Washington in the 5th round. I would have been. I don't give out A pluses, but I would have given the Ravens
This
an A
should
plus
make you feel better.
if they went Bradley and
He's
Ney.
better than Dylan Mack.
That's facts. But if we had went Bradley and Ney right here in the 5th round, this draft would have been amazing to me personally.
Oh, Brandon, I knew.
Yeah,
That's all I wanted,
but Devin Duvernay and James Prost, both of them last year together had
Speedy.
14 drops.
And that percentage, that drop percentage hovers around 2%, which I think is great.
Devin Duvernay is 1.9 something. I think it's 1.93. James Prost is 2.06.
And they both can return kicks and punts. That's what we need.
Fact. So watch out for a lot of people. They are going to definitely mash up. I don't think either one of them are in the same caliber as a lot of the receivers that went early, but they are going to be contributors.
As long
in
as
this
they can
offense.
catch the football, that's
They
all we need
do
to do.
catch.
I love Tyree Phillips.
So I was just about to say I love the Tyree Phillips pick as well as the Ben Brett
6'8",
Bredesen
350.
pick. DJ Fluker will probably start with that being an amazing pick. But to me, one of the best picks of the overall draft was Geno Stone in the 7th round. He gives me real big Chuck Clark vibes. He's really smart, really intuitive. He had a really good season, really good career at Iowa. He's going to come in, probably battle out for special teams and go from there. Like I said, I think that Chris Moore and DeAnthony Thomas are both cut after what happened in this draft.
If Geno Stone goes back to school, he's a 4th or 5th round pick next year at least. I love the pick, and I love the draft is great.
Does anybody have the Ravens not winning this division?
Not a chance.
Okay, and really quickly, let's just kind of just rapid fire these. Offensive Rookie of the Year,
Joe Burrow, number 1. Come on.
I got Tua.
Joe Burrow.
Burrow played more, had
Tua
more
not even
yards.
going to start.
I might say Jonathan Taylor.
Okay.
He would have to do Saquon, Jonathan, Josh Jacobs numbers, but
It's usually a quarterback or a player that
Joe
I
Burrow
can't think of a
almost.
quarterback that is definitely going to start on week 1.
Joe Burrow.
Joe Burrow's going to start week 1, but
Joe
he's
Burrow's
going
gonna
to
start. I don't
struggle
know who's
because
starting.
he's
of
not
his
going to struggle. He's going to play better. He got receipt. He has
He got T. Higgins
talent.
and AJ Green.
And Tyler Boyd. And John Ross.
He'll be okay.
And
It's gonna be growing pains,
Yeah.
but
he's
because
gonna-
that
I
offensive
don't,
line.
I don't know who, but it's going to be a wide
I
receiver.
think Burrow might throw for like almost 4,000. He might.
Does anybody?
It might be Jerry Judy,
it's
actually.
going to be a wide receiver.
They got a
Judy.
lot of. He'll go off though.
It would have to be.
He'll
Judy.
be a nice fantasy pick for all the people.
But
out there
Cortland
that
Sutton
plays
still
fantasy.
did numbers. So
Does anybody think Chase Young is not Defensive Rookie of the Year?
Come on now.
10 sacks at least.
Easy.
Well, Bosa had 9.5. Like 9.5. He got
Anybody
10.
looking
He
at
gonna get
like
like 10.
all the time. Really quick, who had the best draft, worst draft?
Best drafts: Colts, Ravens, Cardinals, and worst drafts. Obviously the Packers, Vegas, the Raiders. I don't know what the hell they were doing, and the Patriots.
The Bucks and the Ravens, and the Cardinals. As far as trash, Packers. I can't F. That's all I got.
Ravens, Cowboys, Bengals, and Cardinals. Worst draft. I don't really like the Packers. Don't like the Texans. Don't like the Bears. And that's probably it. Everybody else did okay.
Ravens, Dolphins had a really strong
Yeah, Dolphins
Draft.
did good too.
worst drafts. Packers,
F.
Patriots. Packers and Patriots.
Best drafts: Ravens, Cowboys, Colts. Worst drafts: Packers, Patriots, Raiders, and Seahawks. Anybody got any final thoughts? Anything they want to say?
Nah.
All right, go ahead and close us out.
We gone. Let us know what y'all think about our draft grades and players you like or didn't like. Like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. Till next time, we gone.